Hey, this is Russ. I'm back on the road again. Yeah, it's an overcast day. It's going to rain today. So I figure I better get out there before it rains. You know, this weather has been really strange this year. I'll tell you that if you hear me coughing or doing all sorts of things, it's because I'm trying to get over this cough that I developed for the last week or so. I think it's from riding the e-bike. Yeah, the weather has really messed me up. You know, we went from really hot weather in the 90s, dropped down to the 50s, to the 60s. Right now we're at about 68 degrees if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that back and forth weather has really made an effect on me, and so I've been coughing quite a bit for this last week. So I went to the doctor the other day, yesterday, and I thought, you know, they might give me some antibiotics or something, which is what they did last time. And they said this time it didn't require that. It required some other type of medication. Not sure what it is that they gave me, but I'm taking that now, hoping that that will curb the cough eventually. And so if you hear me coughing, or if I cut the audio out for a second or two and then bring it back, it's because I've probably been doing a coughing spell, and I'm just trying to save you from all the agony of hearing that. I'll cut the audio out and then bring it back in again. So I didn't have a whole lot of places I wanted to go, so I'm heading towards Bussy Woods again. And I know you guys have seen a lot of Bussy Woods from me lately. But you know what? We only have a few places we really can go. So I guess we just got to get used to it. And like somebody told me once before, it's not where you ride, it's the fact that you are riding, and we like listening to you talk. So, so you're going to get plenty of that. I can talk, but I only have a certain amount of places I can really go to. You know, the reason for that is because, you know, there are streets that you can take that are safe, and then there's streets that you can take that'll probably get you killed. So I'm taking the safest routes I can, and that means I can only go to certain places. I mean, there are places around here I would love to be able to go to, but we have such major streets. We have such major streets to go over that there's no way I can take it without risking getting hit by a car. So we just can't go to those type of places. I mean, there's even places I'd like to take you that's just like, you know, shopping center areas or whatever, so you can see the area, see the town. I just can't get there without risking myself. So we're not going to do that, obviously. So we go to the places that we can go to, and that's about it. Now, luckily, I have enough battery power with this Rad Rover to be able to go further, and it's not really the Rad Rover's ability to do it. It's the fact that I swapped out their batteries for larger batteries, as you might know. So I'm running 2 unit pack power 52 volt 20 amp hour batteries. So I carry 40 amp hours with me, and if you know anything about range, 40 amp hours should get you almost anywhere that you really want to go. When I tested these batteries last year, I was able to get about, I'd say 42, 44 miles per battery. Now that's only if I ride conservatively. And as you know, I tend to ride a little fast, and I throttle quite a bit while I'm riding as well. So that cuts into your battery power. I only end up with, this is telling me to go a different direction here. I'm gonna go straight. Let's see what it tells me to do here. I'm using, which map program am I using? I'm using the Bikemap App right now. Yeah, this thing keeps telling me to go different ways that I'm not used to going. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch over to the Google Maps. Let's see what that tells me to do. This is the thing with these map programs. You've got to just looking for a curb I can put my foot on here. This is the thing with these map programs. If one doesn't give you the areas you want to go to, you got to have an option to go on another map program. So let's try that. So we're doing Google Maps right now. So anyways, I'm losing my train of thought again. This is what happens when you get old, huh? Yep. So anyways, I decided I would go back to Bussy because it's a long ride to be able to do. Oh, okay, we were talking about batteries. So yeah, I switched out the batteries on the Rad Rover 5 to these unit pack power batteries. If I ride conservatively, meaning probably like pedal assist level 2, leave myself on number 6 for my gears, don't use the throttle. If I do that, I could do about 42, 43 miles, let's say, something like that. If I don't, if I ride the way I usually ride, which means throttle up from a stop, throttle in between things, ride at level 3 for my pedal assist levels, I could probably drop down to the 30s for a battery then. So you can see you could lose an easy 10 miles of range if you do that. So I'm on the Rad Rover because I have 2 of these batteries. So let's say I ride hard today. Let's say I ride hard today and I throttle the way I normally do. I go on pedal assist level 3, which I usually do. I can get about 30 miles or so, give or take, on these batteries. So how does the Magicycle handle it? Well, as you know, when I was riding conservatively, we were getting numbers of 32, something like that, with 12% of the battery still left over. So I estimated, well, we probably had about 2 more miles, say 34 I can get out of that battery. And that's because I'm a heavy rider, and I was doing, I think, maybe assist levels 2 and 3, and then when I did have to throttle, I was doing throttling that would match the amount of wattage output that pedaling would have done at 2 or 3. But when I throttle hard, if I ride that bike like I do this bike sometimes, yeah, I'm down to the 22 mile range, something like that. Again, you're losing about 10 miles, 10, 11, 12 miles. So really, if you want battery life, if you want larger range, you've got to be really careful not to use your throttle, and you got to keep that pedal assist level down, which means you're going to put in more effort yourself. So this is why manufacturers give you a range of how far they think their bikes can go. They don't know how you ride. They don't know how heavy you are. They don't know your riding conditions, or you're going up and down hills. So they give you a range. And quite frankly, the ranges they usually give you is more than you really probably can actually get. I mean, those are our ideal conditions, and nobody has an ideal condition for everything. So what I typically do is, if from a stop, or my version of a stop, I'll throttle up to get a little bit of boost, because people have asked me why I don't mess with my gears and things like that. It's because I'm using the throttle to help me along. If I didn't use the throttle, yeah, I'd have to gear down. Because here, you notice I'm still on 6. I'm at a dead stop. If you try to pedal straight from 6, it'd be tough. So what time is it right now? 7:44 in the morning. So obviously we have morning traffic going along. And you got to be careful riding along with the cars. They always look at me here because they don't realize that I can go relatively quickly. Because they see a bike, they think this guy's going to be slow. So that's not the case, obviously. So this is why I use the throttle a lot. I need to get past certain areas as fast as I can, get out of the way of traffic. That's going to eat into your battery. So I'm taking the Rad Rover again because we have 2 batteries. But Magicycle eventually will be giving me a second battery. And that means I can take the Magicycle out to Bussy Woods as well. Yeah, I find that these map programs change the roads they want you to take. I mean, I'm getting used to where to go. I've done these trips quite a few times now, so I kind of recognize where I need to go. But I think it could be construction or whatever, road construction, that maybe forcing the maps to give you another alternative. I usually, what I did last year is, before I went out anywhere, I would put the coordinates in, and then I would look through the map. I would just kind of swipe through the map and see where it's actually telling me to go. And if it was something I didn't agree with, then I would find another map program or find something else that would give me a better route. The thing is with these map programs, if it tells you one thing, it's based on what you tell it you want to do. Like, for instance, if you're on Google Maps, if you don't put down that you are a bicycle riding with the map, it'll assume you're a car, and it's going to find you routes that a car would be best suited for. So you got to make sure you tell them that you're riding a bike. Now, of course, the Bikemap Ap, that's hard to say fast, Bikemap Ap, that assumes you're on a bike. So it always looks for bike-friendly streets that you should take, supposedly, not always. and there are some streets that it has no choice. If you want to go to that location, you have no choice but to take certain roads to get there. So, you know, it's not like you're going to be perfect all the way through the route, but at least a good chunk of it should be safe for you. Now, somebody asked me to kind of walk you through the Bikemap Ap program. Yeah, let's do that real quickly. Let me pull off real quick here. So let me exit out of here. I am on Google Maps right now. But if you were on the Bikemap Ap, you would click on the Bikemap Ap. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to angle down a little bit. Alright, all you have to do is search the place you want to go. Let's say you want to go to this location here. Okay, you could either type it in, or I have a preset thing. This is for the Prospect Heights Trail. And then once you do it, you just hit start. Okay, it's going to ask you, do you want the premium? No, I don't want to pay for the premium. So I get out of it, hit start again. Still says, do you want to go with the premium? Nope, I don't want to go with the premium. Continue with free plan. Okay, here we go. And then you hit start. Continue with free plan. How do you like that? That does not want me to get out of this thing. Alright, it doesn't want me to do it. start. Continue with free plan. Look at that. It doesn't want me to continue with free plan. Well, forget them. Let's go back in again. Let's try again. All right, here we go. So it's found. This is the location, 1900 Golf Road. You hit start and it starts. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes this thing wants you to keep buying their premium version, but you know, if you get out of it, come back in. Sometimes it kicks it back in. So from this point, it's just going to find locations for you. You see the thing in blue. And what I'll do is I'll just swipe through this and follow to see if these are locations I feel comfortable doing. Okay. And if it isn't, I will exit out of it. And then I'll go to Google Maps. Same thing with Google Maps. I've already told it that I'm a bicyclist. And then I'll put the same address over here, which is 1900 Golf Road. Then I just hit start. And it'll tell me where to go. And again, the same thing, I would usually swipe through it, see if I agree with the streets that they've chosen for me. Now there's other apps available too that you can use. These are the two that I typically use. I tried some other ones and I found that these two seem to be the best for me in my area. Doesn't mean that it's best for you in your area. Alright, so we've got fresh oil here. Maybe this is, well, this is where it's telling me to go. So I guess it assumes that this is okay for me to ride on. A lot of things popping up out of the street. Manhole covers, you gotta watch out for those. This is where the mirror comes into play because I'm constantly looking in the rear view mirror because I'm kind of in the middle of the street right now. On my direction. But I have no choice. I can't really stay to the side unless I want to hit the pothole. The manhole covers. Potholes. Yeah, Chicago, we have lots of potholes too. So yeah, you gotta watch out for road hazards. So being an overcast day, we are getting to ride with shorts. I don't have a sweatshirt on. It's not expected to rain until about 1 or 2 o'clock, something like that. So I should be able to ride this without fear of the rain hitting me. We may have a few drizzles here and there though. Because I know my phone has been getting a little bit wet. It's got some drips on it. So where are we at with the Rad Rover? 2,858. It sounds so low compared to what I did last year. I know I have not been able to go out as often as I did last year because the weather has been so messed up. I mean, here we are coming into the end of May, and I've only really gone out a handful of times. Last year we did better. Let me take a swig of water. I'm drying out a little bit here. Somebody was asking me about the water bottle holder and whether you could attach that to the front part of the basket where the basket would come up, where you attach the basket. So I took a measurement and the answer is no, you can't do it. The holes don't line up. So if you want to attach the water bottle to your basket, you're gonna have to do it the way I did. Use zip ties and tie it to the side. I mean, you could tie it to the inside as well. I do it to the outside because it's easier for me to grab out and it doesn't eat up my basket. But I do know that means you have a little bit more width to clear. But yeah, you got handlebars here, so it's actually further in. It doesn't extend past the handlebars. So it really doesn't get that much in the way, even though it looks like it's sticking out of the basket. It's in the way, but it isn't. All right, this is not how I normally go. It says take Arlington Heights Road. I'm not going to do that. That's too big of a road. I may be going in the wrong directions again here. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We're just riding anyways. So we're just kind of sitting here with cars, just waiting for the light to change. I know every time I stop, the cars are staring at me, the people in the cars. And of course, as I'm talking, they're wondering who's this guy talking to. And they're probably wondering when I'm going to get out of their way. Some of them are anxious to get past you. They'll rev up their engines really quickly. Okay, so it says I've gone too far. So let's turn here. Let's see what this does. Yeah, we're experimenting. It doesn't really matter, does it? If we don't get there properly, we'll eventually get there. The map will eventually figure it out. We'll ride for the sake of riding if we can't find it. Check out the neighborhoods. So yeah, I don't have range anxiety with my two batteries here because I know I have a lot of range. And like I said before, always pick your weakest battery to ride first and save your best battery to ride last. Because if your bad battery or your weakest battery dies out first, you have enough range to get back with your good battery. A little bit of strategy there. So I'm still using the new replacement battery that was sent to me from Unit Pack Power because it's still unproven. It's got to prove itself. I've got to ride it several times, make sure that I have a certain amount of range. And I was only getting in the 30s with that one, but I was riding hard. I think the last time we took this to Bussy, I rode it all on one battery, but by the time I got back, it was pretty much exhausted at that point. Now, I don't think the map is moving. I think the map is frozen. Let's do it again. I think the map is frozen. I don't see the map moving even though we're riding. All right, when that happens, exit out and put it back in. Let me pull over to the side here. Let me pull up a little bit here. I don't like pulling off when there's people next to me there. All right, I'm going to use the Bikemap app again. Let's see what this does. That was Google Maps that froze up on me.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Northwest Highway.
Northwest Highway? No way. Northwest Highway will get me killed. So we can't go this route. Why is it telling me to do that? All right, let's turn here. Now this is the thing, if you don't know the area and you rely on a map, sometimes you're forced to do what the map tells you to do. Now it's telling me to take Arlington Heights Boulevard. I'm not doing that either. I'm not going to do that. Those roads will get you killed. Too many cars. Let's go past it. Let's see what it tells me to do. We may have gone way too far to the point of no return, where we have no choice but to take whatever it tells us to do. But I'm not going to take major roads. Not like that. Well, you get to see what my my plan of attack is when the map doesn't work. Okay, the map does work, but we've made so many turns that we didn't want to take that it's now given us different options that's not as safe. All right, the light's about ready to change here. Okay. Yeah, it is picking roads that are the world's worst roads for me to take. All right, well, if that's the case, I guess we got to do it. Because we're not going to get to the areas we want if we don't do it. So we're going to do it. Yeah. It's telling me to go back on Northwest Highway. I'm not doing that. Let's go past Northwest Highway. Let's see where it takes us. All right, now we're stuck by railroad tracks, and the railroad is going to be coming through. This is the problem with early morning, because there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of trains heading towards downtown Chicago. That's what the train will be coming through is going to do. We're right by the train station in Arlington Heights. So the map is telling me to do Northwest Highway. I don't want to do Northwest Highway. I'm going to pass Northwest Highway, take a left, try to avoid it. Thing is, I don't have the best sense of directions. I kind of know where I am, but you know, if you turn me around a number of times, I don't even know which direction I'm heading anymore. You can feel the sun coming out a little bit. Yeah, we've got to get our rides in before we can't get our rides in. That's the whole thing. And the problem with taking streets is, you know, you've got stop signs, stop lights and everything, and you're kind of stuck behind things. That's why taking a bike path is a lot better. You just kind of keep riding. All right, so we're passing this road up. We're gonna pass this railroad as well. Okay, so it says take a left at East South Street. All right, well, we gotta find East South Street. Well, this is all new to me. I've been in this area before with the car, but as far as riding on a bike, it's all new to me. And just like you, I'm looking around as well. I like taking in the sights. See what's in the area, see what the neighborhoods look like. Well, so far I haven't been coughing too much, but I have been trying my best to hold it back. All right, it says take a left here. So we got to turn here. And this car's letting me go, so I will go. The thing is, some cars, when they see you there, it's taking me back to Arlington Heights Road. Yeah, we're not doing Arlington Heights Road. I don't know why it wants me to keep going back there. All right, we're going to turn here. Taking a right. I'd rather go parallel to Arlington Heights Road than take Arlington Heights Road.
Turn left onto East Broad Street, then turn right onto South Arlington Heights Road.
You know, all these directions are going to keep telling me to get back onto Arlington Heights Road. We're not going to do that. You see 500 feet East Park Street. I'm not going to do that. That's going to bring right back to Arlington Heights Road. I wish there was an option where you can just tell it, I don't want Arlington Heights Road. Pick me something else, you know. But it doesn't do that. I'm assuming we're heading in the correct direction, but I don't know for sure. We're lost. No, we're not lost. Let me tell you about how I get ready for a ride while we're going back and forth with this street here. It's like going to war. I've said this before in the past. It's like going to war. You got to get everything prepared. So here's what I do before I go out on every ride. First thing I do is I check tire pressures. I want to make sure I'm at 20 pounds of pressure for each tire, for the fat tires. And so I'll use my air pump, my air compressor, and I'll put in 20 pounds of pressure, make sure it hits that mark. After that's done, I check the brakes. I want to make sure the brakes are working properly. So I'll pull on the handbrakes, make sure I got decent tension, and that I don't need to make an adjustment. If I do, I make the adjustment. I'll do a video one day, show you guys how I adjust brakes and things. After that, I start putting everything on. So usually, if I have to put a sweatshirt on, I'll put a sweatshirt on. If not, I'll okay, I see ahead of us is it's a road that I don't probably want to take. So after a sweatshirt, I put on the chest mount for my GoPro for the camera, and yeah, where are we here? Oh, we've run out of road. Look at this. We've run out of road. We can only do a U-turn. Okay. We will do the U-turn. All right, folks. I'm not going on those roads. We may end up heading back home. That's okay. We're just riding around. Doesn't have to be bussy. So, anyways, yeah. Let me redo this map here. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to blank you out as I put in the map coordinates to my house. We don't want you guys knowing where I live. Anyways, so now I've lost my train of thought again. Doesn't take much, believe me. All right, let's just move on to another topic. This is the problem when you get old. You can't remember anything we're talking about. So this trip has been a bust as far as how to get there. You know, these map programs, I tell you, it hasn't been consistent. Last year, I'd put in the coordinates and sure enough, I'd get there. This year, it's recommending all sorts of stuff to me. So it doesn't really want me to go the way I want to go, which is the way I went last year. So it's recommending areas that I don't think are the safest roads to take. Well, we get to see people's neighborhoods. We are in an area called Arlington Heights, Illinois. At least I believe that's where we are. Yeah, we are. You know, it's okay on a nice day like today, where it's not hot. It's got a little bit of breeze. It's not heavy winds. It's overcast for the most part. That's the perfect riding day, really. But I will tell you, I've gotten a lot darker already. If you watch my arms and stuff, even my fingers. I don't know if you can tell here. Can you see that? See how that's lighter there and darker on the fingers? Well, that's from the gloves. And it's just going to get worse over time because I do usually get up pretty dark. I took a look at myself this morning in the mirror and I go, yep, my face has gotten dark already. It's going to get worse. Even my arms, I don't know if you can tell, but I usually break out in a rash early on in the season, and then it goes away. I don't know why that is. It's almost like whenever I start getting tanned up, my skin doesn't want to accept it or something. Gives me a little rash and then it goes away for the rest of the season. It's weird. It's been like that for the last couple years. So if you wonder what this thing is on my arm, if you can see that far, I don't know if you can. It's the little bit of rash that happens. My wife has been saying I should wear some long sleeves. Of course that would be good, but you know, sometimes it gets really hot. So I don't really want to do it. Anyways, I think we've gone long enough for today. Riding around aimlessly, not knowing where we're heading. Okay, I know where we are now. This is the same route that I usually take when I head back. So yeah, I'll let you guys go. I don't want to drag it out too long for today. I'll split it up into a segment video. I'm trying to give you guys some videos for the next couple of days because I know it's going to rain for the next few days. And so if I don't get in my rides now and do some videos now, I won't be able to do it, and then we'll be stuck inside the studio. And I'll have to kind of show you other things, canned videos that we've done in the past while I'm sitting there talking. So I'd rather be out talking while I'm on the bike. So I appreciate you guys sticking it out, going through this failed ride to Bussy Woods, even though we never made it there. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.